1 year ago, Harry Potter faced the darkest wizard of his age and somehow survived. Again, Voldemort was driven back, the Philosopher's Stone was destroyed, and Harry returned to the dull, suffocating world of the Dursleys with only memories and a scar to remind him magic was real. But danger doesn't sleep, and Hogwarts is on the edge of awakening an old terror. Whispers of a hidden chamber, an ancient legacy, and a monster beneath the school will turn Harry's second year into a mystery carved in stone and shadow. This is the year Harry learns the past of Hogwarts is still alive, and it has been waiting. This is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Book 2 in the Harry Potter series. Let's begin. Section 1. A House Elf's Warning. Back on Privet Drive, Harry is cut off from the wizarding world and hasn't heard from any friends. On his 12th birthday, a trembling house elf named Dobby appears and warns him not to return to Hogwarts because he'll be in mortal danger. Dobby has been intercepting Harry's letters to make him feel abandoned. When Harry refuses to stay away, Dobby drops a pudding on the masons downstairs, destroying Uncle Vernon's business dinner and earning Harry a warning for underage magic. Furious, Vernon locks Harry in his room and bars the window. 3 nights later, Ron Weasley and his twin brothers arrive in a flying car and rip off the bars to rescue him. They bring Harry to the Burrow, the Weasleys' warm, chaotic home, where he's treated like family. He meets Ginny, Ron's shy younger sister, and experiences a real wizarding household with enchanted clocks, garden gnomes, and Arthur Weasley's fascination with muggles. For the rest of the summer, Harry finally feels like he belongs. Before school starts, the Weasleys, Harry, and Hermione head to Diagon Alley. Harry accidentally lands in Nocturne Alley through the wrong fireplace and hides in a dark shop where Lucius Malfoy quietly unloads suspicious magical items. Hagrid rescues him and returns him to Diagon Alley. At Flourish and Blotts, Gilderoy Lockhart pulls Harry into a stage photo, announces he'll be teaching defense against the dark arts, and hands Harry a set of his books. Lucius insults Hermione's parents and the Weasleys' poverty, then slips one of Ginny's secondhand books back into her cauldron. When they try to reach platform 9 3/4, Harry and Ron are mysteriously blocked from the barrier. After the train leaves without them, they fly the car to Hogwarts. The invisibility booster fails, Muggles see them, and they crash into the Whomping Willow, snapping Ron's wand. Called by Snape, McGonagall, and Dumbledore, they narrowly escape expulsion but earn detention and a howler from Mrs. Weasley. Classes begin. In herbology, they replant screaming mandrakes, and Harry meets Colin Creevey, an excitable first year who constantly photographs him. Lockhart proves to be a vain fraud, obsessed with fame and incapable of basic spells. During Quidditch practice, Draco becomes Slytherin's seeker with a set of brooms bought by his father, and when Hermione comments on it, Draco calls her a mudblood, a slur for Muggleborns. Hagrid comforts them afterward and hints that the defense job is cursed. During detention one night, Harry hears a chilling voice no one else can hear, a whisper craving murder. Weeks later, he skips the Halloween feast to attend nearly headless Nick's Death Day party. Leaving early, Harry hears the voice again, talking about blood. He follows it to a corridor where Filch's cat, Mrs. Norris, hangs petrified beneath a message in red. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air, beware. Section 2. Secrets, Suspicion, and Stone. Dumbledore determines Mrs. Norris is petrified, not dead. Rumors explode through Hogwarts, and Filch is determined to blame Harry. In History of Magic, Hermione asks Professor Binns about the Chamber of Secrets. Annoyed, he recounts the legend. Hogwarts was founded by 4 powerful witches and wizards, but Salazar Slytherin wanted to admit only pure-blood students. When the others refused, he left, but supposedly built a secret chamber containing a monster that only his heir could release. Tension rises. Students whisper that Harry could be the heir of Slytherin after his strange survival as a baby and the Sorting Hat's interest in Slytherin last year. In the corridor of the attack, Hermione notices spiders fleeing through a crack and water leading to Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. Myrtle, a sulking ghost, knows nothing about Mrs. Norris, but the location sticks in their minds. Hermione proposes using Polyjuice Potion to temporarily transform into Slytherins and learn the truth. They borrow most of Potente potions from the restricted section and secretly brew it in Myrtle's bathroom. As the potion steeps, life at Hogwarts worsens. During a Quidditch match, a bewitched bludger targets Harry alone. It shatters his arm, but he still catches the snitch. Lockhart tries to mend the arm and instead removes its bones, forcing a night in the hospital wing. There Dobby reappears and admits he sealed the barrier and bewitched the bludger. He warns that the chamber has been opened before and terrible things happen. Before he can say more, Dumbledore and McGonagall enter carrying Colin Creevey, newly petrified. Fear deepens. Lockhart starts a dueling club with Snape. During a demonstration, Draco conjures a snake that threatens a Hufflepuff boy. Harry commands it to stop, speaking Parseltongue without realizing it. The school is horrified. Speaking to snakes is Slytherin's signature trait, and suspicions against Harry explode. Trying to explain himself, Harry looks for Justin but later finds him petrified next to nearly headless Nick. McGonagall takes Harry to Dumbledore's office, where Harry meets Fawkes the Phoenix, moments before the bird bursts into flames and is reborn. Dumbledore says he does not suspect Harry, but gently asks if there's anything Harry wants to tell him. Harry keeps the murderous voice a secret. Christmas arrives with the castle half empty. The Polyjuice Potion is ready. Harry and Ron knock out Crabbe and Goyle with enchanted cakes and steal their hair. Transformed into their Slytherin doubles, they follow Draco to the Slytherin common room. Draco rants about purebloods and complains the chamber hasn't produced a death yet, but admits he doesn't know who opened it. They hurry back before the potion wears off and discover Hermione has partially transformed into a cat after using the wrong hair and must recover in the hospital wing. Weeks later, Harry and Ron find a battered diary in Myrtle's bathroom. It belonged to Tom Marvolo Riddle and is 50 years old, but every page is blank. When Harry writes in it, the ink vanishes and the diary writes back. Riddle shows Harry a memory of Hagrid as a student, accused of keeping a dangerous creature. When the memory ends, Harry believes Hagrid opened the chamber 50 years ago. He keeps the diary close until his dormitory is ransacked, and it disappears. Soon after, Hermione and a Ravenclaw prefect are found petrified near the library with a mirror beside them. Under pressure, the governors suspend Dumbledore. Fudge arrives to arrest Hagrid for the old crime. Hidden under the invisibility cloak, Harry and Ron hear Dumbledore say that help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who ask, and Hagrid's final clue, follow the spiders. Section 3, Down into the Darkness. With Dumbledore and Hagrid gone, Hogwarts feels hollow. Harry and Ron spot a trail of spiders escaping into the Forbidden Forest and follow it with Fang. Deep inside, giant spiders drag them to Aragog, Hagrid's old pet. Aragog reveals that the monster in the chamber is a creature spiders fear above all, and that the girl who died long ago was found in a bathroom. But Aragog will not protect them. His children move in to eat them, and only the sudden arrival of the enchanted car saves their lives. Back in the castle, Harry realizes the girl must have been Moaning Myrtle. Soon after, McGonagall announces that the mandrakes are finally ready to revive the petrified victims. That same day, Ginny awkwardly tries to tell Ron something important, but Percy barges in and she panics. Later, Harry and Ron sneak toward Myrtle's bathroom and narrowly avoid McGonagall by claiming they're visiting Hermione. In Hermione's stiff hand, they find a torn library page describing a basilisk, a serpent that kills with a direct gaze and travels through pipes. Hermione has written one word: pipes. Everything clicks. Mrs. Norris saw the monster in a puddle's reflection. Colin through his camera, Justin through nearly headless Nick, Hermione and Penelope through a mirror. Hagrid's roosters were killed because their crowing kills basilisks. Only Harry heard the monster because he speaks Parseltongue. Before they can warn anyone, McGonagall announces that Ginny Weasley has been taken, and a message promises her skeleton will lie in the chamber forever. In the staff room, professors grimly accept that Lockhart will handle it. Harry and Ron know he won't. They confront him and find him packing to flee. He admits his books are lies stolen from others, and he plans to erase their memories. Harry disarms him and forces him at wand point to Myrtle's bathroom. Myrtle explains how she died. She heard a boy speaking a strange language, saw enormous yellow eyes, and died instantly. Harry finds a snake etched on a sink tap and hisses in Parseltongue. The sink opens into a vertical shaft. Lockhart is pushed down first, then Harry and Ron slide after. They land in a damp stone tunnel filled with bones and a huge snakeskin. Lockhart panics, grabs Ron's broken wand, tries a memory charm, and triggers an explosion that collapses the tunnel and erases his mind. Separated by rubble, Ron promises to dig through while Harry moves forward alone. Harry finds a stone wall engraved with serpents, opens it with Parseltongue, and steps into the Chamber of Secrets, a vast echoing hall dominated by a giant statue of Slytherin. Ginny lies motionless at its base. As Harry kneels beside her, Tom Riddle appears, pale and shimmering. He explains he is a memory preserved in the diary, feeding on Ginny's life. Over months, she confided in him, and he slowly took control of her, forcing her to open the chamber, write messages, and unleash the monster. Riddle reveals his identity by rearranging the letters of his name into I am Lord Voldemort. He framed Hagrid and now intends to kill Harry. When Harry declares that Dumbledore is the greatest wizard, a haunting song echoes through the chamber. Fawkes the Phoenix appears, bringing the Sorting Hat. Riddle summons the basilisk. Harry closes his eyes and runs blindly as the serpent crashes through pillars. Fawkes claws out its eyes, blinding it but not stopping it. Cornered, Harry pulls the Sorting Hat over his face and silently begs for help. A sword falls into his hand, the sword of Godric Gryffindor. As the basilisk lunges, Harry drives the blade into its mouth, killing it, but a fang pierces his arm and venom spreads. Fawkes lands beside him and heals the wound with Phoenix tears. Fawkes drops the diary at Harry's feet. Harry stabs it with the basilisk fang. Ink bursts out like blood, and Riddle collapses into nothing. Ginny awakens, horrified by what she unwittingly did. Fawkes carries all four of them, Harry, Ginny, Ron, and the blank-minded Lockhart, back up the shaft. In Dumbledore's office, the truth unfolds. Ginny is terrified she will be expelled, but Dumbledore assures her she was manipulated by a fragment of Voldemort's soul. He awards Harry and Ron special honors and explains that Voldemort unintentionally left part of himself in Harry years ago, which is why Harry speaks Parseltongue. What matters, he says, are the choices Harry makes, choosing bravery, friendship, and Gryffindor. The sword Harry used proves he belongs there. Lucius Malfoy storms in, furious that Dumbledore has returned. Dumbledore hints that Malfoy planted the diary in Ginny's cauldron. Outside the office, Harry hides the diary in a filthy sock and hands it to Malfoy. Malfoy rips the sock free and throws it aside, straight into Dobby's hands. By law, the gift of clothing frees a house elf. Dobby is freed and uses his magic to stop Malfoy from attacking Harry. The school year ends in celebration. The mandrakes cure the petrified students. Hagrid returns to a thunderous welcome. Gryffindor wins the House Cup and exams are cancelled. On the train home, Ginny shyly admits Percy's secret was kissing Penelope Clearwater. At King's Cross, Harry gives Ron and Hermione the Dursleys' phone number. The chamber is closed, Voldemort has lost another piece of himself, and Harry heads back to Privet Drive with new scars, new answers, and the sense that this story is only beginning. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment which book or tale you would like to recap next. See you in the next one.